Way of the Hunter. New Zealand. Guys, this game is not to be missed. If you have a newer console, like a Series X, or a PS5, or a PC, guys, don't miss Way of the Hunter. When you buy the game, you get these two maps. They're the biggest in the game. Idaho and Transylvania. They're the largest in the game. Then you buy Aurora Shores for $10, Alaska for $10 here, Africa for $10, New Zealand for $10, and Finland for $10. My favorite right now is Finland. It's absolutely beautiful. It looks like fall all the time there. Always looks like autumn. Those colors are in the trees. It just reminds me of the north, and where I grew up in the northern Pennsylvania area. But we're going to New Zealand. Let's go. Do not miss Way of the Hunter. I have about 300 hours in Way of the Hunter. So let's see. Yes. Everything is in order. Yes. Okay, I'm ready. I'll show you some of my kills. I got a 4-star wild boar, and that's exactly how they look. Really lifelike. I mean, PS4 and Xbox One cannot handle this game. That's how good the graphics are. Here's a couple 5-star red deer from New Zealand, and their antlers look like that in real life. A couple 5-star red deer. I also shot a 5-star Himalayan tahr in the mountains. This map here probably has the most beautiful mountains in the game. Here's a 5-star red deer I shot. He's all gray colored. He was a mature 5-star. Here's a 5-star red deer I shot, and he is wooing an average doe. Here's New Zealand. And there's your trophy lodge. It's got a pool and everything, and a bunch of places for you to put your trophies. Okay, so here's my New Zealand map. I unlocked all these green sites. They're fast travel. You can fast travel to all these. This is the mountains in here. And to unlock these animals on your map, these herds of animals, I'll show you what to do. But you can see it says here, this is the mountains. This is the mountain area. All this is mountains. Up here, this is lowland forest. In the middle is the highlands. And on the east is lowland forest too. All in the middle of the map is all highlands. Now when you get to the southeast, it's grasslands. There's a lot of pigs in here. There's wild boar and pigs on this map. So I decided if I only have an hour to show you New Zealand, I'm going to start up here in the lowland forest and show you some red deer. Because they're the biggest game on this map. And they drink at 11. So it is that time right now. And here's some red deer. They drink here. They drink in here. Here's some more red deer. They drink all along this river. Some more red deer. They drink in here. So I'll start by showing you the closest red deer. Always turn on hunter sense. Now this is how you get these animals to appear on your map. You just analyze the gold spots, and that animal will show up on your map. Or that herd of animals will now be trackable. You'll be able to track them off by putting them on your map. So I'm going to try and show you the closest red deer. And this is New Zealand, the lowland forest. And it looks just like the real New Zealand. And we have some fallow deer. Oh, and there's the red deer. And there's a feral pig. The first thing we see is a feral pig. So there's wild boar and there's feral pig on this map. There are so many animals on this map, guys. So I guess the red deer must be just over this hill. And I would like to show you the red deer first, but we already saw a feral pig. So the pigs have hogged the spotlight. This is a spot for white-tailed deer. There are white-tailed deer on this map. And there is a 2-star mature fallow deer. He's worth a bunch of money. All the matures are really worth a lot of money. This guy's young. He's not worth much, but if you want this guy to grow to be a 5-star, you have to leave him alone. There's a white-tailed deer over there in the distance. He's a 2-star adult. So there's young, adult, and then mature animals. There's 1 to 5-star animals. And there's that fallow deer. You see how lifelike and realistic they look. Way the Hunter, guys, it's really quite an amazing hunting game. And there really should be some red deer. There's a wild boar. So now we've seen a feral pig, wild boar, white-tailed deer, and fallow deer. follower in there. Now there should be red deer here drinking. And these deer heard me. They're staring straight at me. There's that feral pig. And if you have hunter sense on, you'll be able to see all the sounds of where the animals are coming from and get their identification. But I do want to show you red deer. I've shown a bunch of animals, but the red deer are eluding me. Where are those blasted red deer? So there's another herd over this way. Let's go on a little adventure. Let's see if we can find a 5-star animal to harvest and shoot and put in our lodge. Any animal you find, you can taxidermy and put in your lodge. Oh, I just scared them. They weren't supposed to be here. And there's a 3-star. There's a 2-star red deer. And a 2-star mature. There's that 3-star mature. And you can see the red deer of New Zealand. 1-star mature. 1-star adult. And guys, there's no problem if they skin out, because you can always track them. That's no problem. On another big one, a 2-star mature. And it's not long before we see the pride of New Zealand, the New Zealand red deer. And there's red deer on Transylvania, on Finland, but they don't have the same look. The red deer in New Zealand have much different looking antlers. Their antlers look a lot more ornate and unique than the other maps. Not that those other red deer look bad, but the New Zealand red deer, they look the coolest. I mean, let's just face it, they have the coolest looking antlers. And I was looking and looking and looking for these guys, and I spooked them. And Way of the Hunter, you're just going to have to get used to that. It's easy to spook animals, even if you go slow, even if you're quiet. But if you crouch, you're quieter. Also, that arrow at the very bottom of the screen and all the way to the right, that tells you which direction your scent is blowing. There go those feral pigs. And these red deer should be just over this ridge. They weren't hard to track. I found them pretty easily. And a herd of feral pigs. Let's see if there's a really good one in here. There's some mature ones, so you could get a lot of money from shooting one of the matures. But there are the red deer, guys. The red deer of New Zealand next to a herd. Herd of feral pigs. And there they are, guys. Should we shoot one? Well, which one? I'm not shooting the 4-star or the 3-star, because he's going to become the 5-star of the group. All the animals age, and all the animals increase in quality. So a 3 will become a 4, and a 4 will become a 5. And also the animals do perish. So once they're mature, there's only a certain amount of time that you can harvest them before they will disappear from your map entirely. This is my big tier 6 gun. And they are at a distance of 230 yards. So I'm going to zero my rifle to 219 yards. And I'm just going to take a really crappy one. so that my other ones can grow to maturity. All right, I believe I got both of those. I shot two of the really crappy ones. Oh, there's a lot of foul in this game. Now, you're supposed to use a shotgun, but you can use a rifle. But there's many shotguns in the game, and you're supposed to use a shotgun and just pluck them right out of the sky one at a time. And it's a wild duck zone. Oh, and one more thing. These animals, the large animals, will charge you. And if a large animal hits you, you'll pass out and wake up at the lodge. But if you get hit by a wild boar, it won't really be a big deal. But you can see it's very realistic, very lifelike. All the animals scatter. And this is very easy. If you put this on ranger mode, the animals will spook easier. They'll sense you easier. They'll be harder to track. Like on easy mode, the blood glows. But not on ranger mode. And you see, it's not hard to track them. If they run off, it's not hard to track them. You just track them down and take them out. And there's one of my prizes. My low quality red deer. I still get $400 for him. I hit him in the left lung mostly. He has really wonky antlers. Those are the ones you really want to shoot, except for the 5-star. I always shoot 5-star. And I always shoot 1-star and usually 2-star. Because I don't want to wait that long for the 5-star. So I usually leave 3 and 4-star alone. But I always shoot 1, 2, and 5 stars. That's just the way I play my game. And this one's worth $330 for a New Zealand red deer. See, his genetics were 50%. He wasn't very good genetics anyway. You can take him out of the herd. Okay, guys, so I think we got a pretty good video of most of the animals in the lowland forest. Now I want to take you to the awesome mountains of New Zealand and show you some of the mountain animals, the Himalayan tahr, the chamois, the tahr, the feral goat. And I just looked before the video, but I forget when they drink. You can find all that out in your encyclopedia. Much more information in your encyclopedia. It's just a very well-made game. And it's just very, very easy to learn. And I'll show you some of the mountains. Here are the mountains. And these are all traversable. They are real mountains. So I sleep until 11. And we know some chamois, they're like small goats. And tar, these are like kind of goat sheep hybrids. They both drink here at 11. So we shall set a marker. I thought that bush was an animal. No. See if there's any animals. Yep, there's some tar. And I'd like to show you chamois, and if I can find them, I'd like to show you the feral goat in the mountains of New Zealand. But this is the mountains. Some of them. There's a lot of mountains here in on this map. I mean, like a third of the whole map is highlands, and then like almost a quarter of the map is just sheer mountains. But it looks like all that's here is tar. No chamois. That's like the small goat. But you can see the graphics. There's a 3-star mature, a 3-star adult, and there is a chamois. There's a chamois. And I might not even shoot one, but I want to get in close. Ah, yes, another chamois. So there's a couple chamois here. But no herds of chamois. Sometimes there'll be herds, whole flocks of chamois. Now my scent is blowing away from these animals, so I can freely approach and show you the tar a little closer. The Himalayan tar. What an amazing hunting game this is. All right, there's no tar call. I'm going to continue approaching. You can see you can unlock a hunting stand there. And you can hunt them from the hunting stand. There's many hunting stands in this game. And they're set up in prime situations, prime areas. See, they're stopping and they're listening. Now they're back to eating. Because I was moving in. But this is kind of like a hybrid of a goat and a sheep. I guess it's more goat than sheep. But it's the New Zealand tar. And I'm not going to shoot a 3-star. Maybe a 2-star. But there's the chamois. It is a small goat that live in the mountains in New Zealand. It's actually spelled Chamois. So I'm really not sure of the pronunciation. It's spelled chamois. But I've heard them called chamois. And here are some of the mountain tar. And they look very realistic. And way of the hunter. Okay, so I guess I'd like to show you some goat. Some feral goat. It looks like there's even some sambar deer, which I don't think there are anywhere else in the game. Only in New Zealand do you find the sambar deer. So the feral goat, they drink at 11, and the sambar deer, they drink at 4 p.m. I know the watering hole that I unlocked a long time ago. where we can see some feral goats in the mountains of New Zealand. Now, I say it's all traversable because it mostly is, but some of the areas are so steep that they are not traversable. But most of it is, guys. Most of what you see here is traversable. It's just an amazing, amazing hunting game. And this is one of the feral goat. You can see they have different, they don't all look like this, they have different color coats. And they all look a little different. There's another one. No, that's a chamois. There's also bows in this game, guys. And if you want a real challenge, there's even crossbows. So I'm kind of hoping there's more feral goat than that. I'm hoping for like a big herd of feral goat. But guys, get Way of the Hunter. What are you waiting for? It's one of these games that it only can play on computers, on PC, and on the newer consoles. All right, there he goes. My scent is blowing right at this goat. You can see how real they look. A feral goat in the mountains. And it just looks amazing. Whoa, guys. Whoa. This is a 4-star chamois. A small goat. Guys, if this was 5 stars, I would shoot him. But I snuck up on him, and he did not sense me. My scent is blowing right at him, but he did not sense me. Wow, almost a 5-star chamois, guys. Should I shoot him? No. I'll remember he was here, and I'll come back later. It only takes like maybe 4 or 5 hours of playing New Zealand for that to turn into a 5-star. Something like that. It doesn't take long, according to people on YouTube. But he looks cool. He's almost a 5-star chamois. Oh, and a 3-star chamois. A 3-star mature chamois. Little mountain goat. And that's how you play Way of the Hunter. And here's this one. His antlers are perfect. See how perfect and big his antlers are? Compared to this one, it's a 1-star young. This is like the diamond of the map right now. And would be a very nice kill, even as a 4-star. But guys, I'm going to remember he's here. I'm going to come back later, and I'm going to leave him alone for now. So we came here for feral goat, and we found some very nice chamois. A 3-star mature and a 4-star mature. Not worth much money, but very good for your trophy lodge. And let's see. I'll take you over here. Wait, no, I showed you these mountains. No, I showed you these mountains. Here's some more mountains, guys. This is what the mountains look like in Way of the Hunter. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And it's all explorable, discoverable. You can trek down any part of this. It's all traversable. The mountains of New Zealand. Very, very highly impressive game, in my opinion. Very highly impressive. Just look at that. An old bridge you can traverse. Just amazing. Okay. So now, the only thing I haven't shown you is the Highlands, which is all in the middle. All the way up here is the Highlands. All through here is Highlands. And there's a lot of this. Elk. And I guess I could show you the elk. Let's go see some elk. Elk here. Elk down here. Elk up there. More elk in the Highlands. I don't think you find the elk almost anywhere else. It's only in the middle of the map, in the Highlands. There's some elk up here. And I guess we'll go to this area to see this herd of elk. And the elk drink Okay, they're called Rocky Mountain. I thought they were only in the U.S., but they're Rocky Mountain. They drink at 9, guys. So we rest until 9:12. Oh, that's PM. Sorry. 9:12 in the morning. Oh, there's also night hunting. You can hunt at night, no problem. There's a night vision scopes for your rifles and a night vision binoculars. So there's no problem hunting at night. And we are going this direction. To see some of the last animals that there is to see. We've seen a lot of animals here. And the first place we stopped, we got real lucky and saw just a lot of different species. And it's a herd of goat. A large, large herd of feral goat in the highlands. And I'm checking for a really high star goat. 2-star mature, that's the best one yet. No real special ones, no 5 stars. So we'll leave them alone. And you got to see the feral goat of the highlands. A nice herd of them. I don't think they're worth a ton of money. Like the red deer and some of the other... Oh, wait. It's an elk. Here is a Rocky Mountain elk with a big mountain in the distance. And he's just a 1-star. So he's not a really high-ranking one. But I believe I will take this elk. I always zero my rifle. You can see how he slumps over. And like he's shot, you know, like in real life. And he's going to expire. And we're going to run over and claim our money for this elk. that we harvested in the highlands of New Zealand. Oh, he's not quite done. Now he's done. And if you want to, you can just shoot everything with a tier 6 rifle. I normally do not do that. I try and match up the animal with the rifle, and the encyclopedia will tell you exactly what rifle will work on what animal. Is the animal tier 6 or tier 5? So this is the Highlands, and it looks just like New Zealand in reality. You see, they did a great job with all the rocks and the Highlands. It's just so amazing, guys. I hope you buy Way of the Hunter. I think it's only like $30 for the first 2 maps, and you can get it on PC. It's only $30 for the first 2 maps, Idaho and Transylvania, but they're the biggest. They're the biggest maps, so you do get your money's worth. And then all the other maps are like $10 a piece, but you can probably find those on sale. Now, you're not really supposed to run when you hunt, but I don't have a vehicle right now, and I want to get to where I'm going, so you can run in this game. You're not supposed to. Because around any corner, there can be a herd of animals. You just don't know. And it is a herd of elk. Right where they're supposed to be. Now there's Rocky Mountain elk on other maps. They're not the most unique animal. Probably the most special and unique animal on this entire map are the tahr, the Himalayan tahr. They are not on any other map in the game. Also, I think the feral pig. I'm not sure. There may be feral pig on other maps. I don't think there are. Guys, there's some really good elk in there. And just look at this. I mean, what an amazing job. These guys, Nine Rocks Games, they did on this game. That looks just like New Zealand right there. Ever watch Lord of the Rings and they're running from the Gundabad Wogs and the orcs in that rocky terrain? That's exactly what this looks like. Oh, my video is going to shut off in 5 minutes. So I have to get down here and shoot one of these elk. One star, 2 star. One star. There's a 2 star mature. Oh, a 3 star mature. You can see how big his rack is. And I'm going to get out my stand. Now I can see a little better. There's the 3 star mature, guys. And here's a 3 star mature back here. A 3 star mature back here. So one day this will be full of 4 and 5 stars. Rocky Mountain elk in the highlands of New Zealand. But I highly recommend this game, guys. I know you'll love it. I know you'll enjoy it. It's only for the latest game consoles, not the previous ones. They cannot handle this game. Only for a PC, and it's also not on Nintendo. Guys, I'm not shooting any of these 3 stars. Oh, you probably shouldn't shoot the females either, unless you really need money, because they explicitly say, I think somewhere in the encyclopedia, that shooting the females can affect how many males respawn in after you shoot them. Oh, and there's some deer off in the distance. I don't know what those are, but they look like deer. You can see the elk bleeding. That's just so cool, man. And if you've seen like Call of the Wild, you know that this looks a lot more realistic than Call of the Wild. All the animals have their own AI and behavior, and it's such a good game, guys. But I thank you for coming along with me on this adventure. And I thank you for watching this video. Get Way the Hunter. You'd be glad you did. Thanks for watching.